dear student. So today's question is, which of the following is not applicable to RNA? Okay, so let us see what is RNA, and then we will understand which of the following four options of the question is not applicable to it. RNA is actually coded by DNA. Okay, in most of the eukaryote, DNA is double-stranded nucleic acid and RNA is single-stranded nucleic acid. Okay, but RNA can also become sometimes double, but in most of the case that is single-stranded. Okay, if a eukaryote has to express its gene, it must make RNA. So if RNA is present, it will have a 5 prime end at one end and then 3 prime end at the other end. Okay, and we know that since it is a nucleic acid, and nucleic acid is made up of nucleotide, so we can write it is a polymer of nucleotide. Okay, so nucleic acid is nothing but the polymer of nucleotide, but nucleotide is actually made up of nitrogenous base and sugar plus phosphate. So if you say it is made up of nitrogenous base, sugar and phosphate, then you can call it is nucleotide. So this will be the case for the nucleic acid, but the nitrogenous base can be of two type, either heterocyclic two ring structure or heterocyclic one ring structure. Okay, so if two ring structure is present, it is called purine, and if one ring structure is present, it is called pyrimidine. Okay, so it is the heterocyclic structure. Now let us understand the example of purine. Purine is adenine and guanine. These are the two examples of purine. Whereas if you see pyrimidine, you will find out there are three examples of pyrimidine, that is cytosine, uracil and thymine. So there are three examples of pyrimidine. What happens generally in a double stranded structure, the adenine pairs with thymine and guanine pairs with cytosine, and this is actually the Chargaff rule. Chargaff says that in a DNA of any species, if you say there is a DNA of any species, then there must be guanine binding with cytosine and adenine binding with thymine. Okay, but since thymine is not present inside the RNA, so there will be present of adenine with uracil. Okay, so now let us see the four options. First is 5 phosphoryl and 3 hydroxyl end. Of course, the 5 prime end refers for the phosphate group, whereas the 3 prime end is referring for the hydroxyl group. Okay, so first option is correct. So it is applicable to RNA. Second option is heterocyclic nitrogenous base. Yes, nitrogenous base is present and also it is heterocyclic in nature. We have seen that. So third option is Chargaff rule. Chargaff rule is not followed by RNA because Chargaff told the rule for DNA. Now the complementary base pairing. Complementary base pairing can occur inside the DNA. For example, in the tRNA, complementary base pairing also occur in RNA. For example, in the tRNA, you can see the loop. Loop when it is formed, when it is forming anti-codon loop, T-Cy-C loop. Okay, so in this case generally what happens, the nitrogenous bases or nucleotides that are present on the strand can have the hydrogen bonding with each other due to having complementary base pairing. Okay, so these situations are present in the RNA, but Chargaff rule is not followed. So correct answer will be C.